Christina Universe Citizen presents Need, Planet U, Episode 104, Part 2, August 29, 2022. The closest thing we will ever know. Continued from episode 104, part 1. Obviously, fault-finding, commonality no longer coexists as endurance for the slave mentality, and the magnitudes of the ever-reenacting residual articulation is exhausted. Redirecting the conceptual and reasoning faculty of systemic thoughts, metaphysical generalized conceptioning toward differently anticipated fields of recognizing the interconsiderately arranged omnirational solutions. In other words, lifelong self-other observing experience is an absolutely continuous, complex process as thinking self composes its thought language reiterations while becoming increasingly more consciously knowledgeable and competent concerning consciousness evolution's interpersonal communication that is continuous. Solving local problems is what humans are designed to be increasingly and more accurately involved in throughout a whole WHOLE lifetime. Our interrelating, interpersonal communications may erroneously seem to be problem-free. Typically, this occurs as our attention span can be attracted to contemporary productions that superficially involve the observing mind's evolving consciousness in variously performed articulations of the reenacting problems. It can be more wisely kept at bay by not inviting the human interrelationships into one's local environment, even where familial relations supposedly must be the exception because of tradition and controls operated by the PRJWBCS. Logically, assuming that the intellectual cosmic integrity of sublime integral absolute perfection of Yom continually tests its integrity of eternal regenerativity, it cannot in truth be called God and or God lowercase and God uppercase, or any sound word for God invented by the human imagination everywhere on earth, primarily because histories of so doing results as one or more forms of the slave mentality by inculcating and indoctrinating mindsets who base reality on fault-finding scenarios that lead to the extremes of delusional self-other destruction. Rarely, if ever, does it dawn on the indoctrinated that Yom, as an intellectual experience, is with which to test its capability as a human being's metaphysical generalized conceptioning field of systemic thoughts, cosmic awareness, to consciously reiterate and restore Yom's timeless zero-phase unity. Human awareness of Yom differentiates cosmic integrity into time distance differentiated pluralities. As we can read in Synergetics 311.18, the plurality is of limited, local, metaphysical, intellect experiences. Metaphysical intellect, as a function of omnirational universe, tests the inherent capability as an integral department of eon by first integrating unity before reintegrating it, memory storing unity before restoring its timeless zero phase unity. Zero pulsation and zero phase in the vector equilibrium is the closest thing humans will ever know to eternity and eon. Thank you for your individual focus, if that happens to be the case, and your continued interest and curiosity in Planet U and this important research project, subjective to objective, experiential, experimental, anticipatory design science intention to manifest a true democracy while exploring the prospects for designing Planet U as an evolution process of a predominantly metaphysical objective. Relevant links are provided at the end of the video podcast. It is a contributing effort to the universal communications and continuity of conscious life relative to my extrapolating those resources into these developing and ongoing essays. Every time I read or say continuity of conscious life, it reminds me of R. Buckminster Fuller's 1949 quotation from his essay, Total Thinking, in quotes. The continuity of conscious life becomes personality as a product of complex periodic interactions known as cycles, or periodic recurrences of a higher frequency order, end quote. And it seems to be the case today in year 2022 for individuals and the personality of the nation.